I was a baby.
Clean, clear, like a flag flying over the record. Just near perfect.
We've only just begun.
The public and private lives of the Carpenters.
We were born, I am convinced, to complement each other.
A lot of people thought they were husband and wife instead of brother and sister.
When you're squeaky clean, who knows what those shadows were in their closets?
Hear their true story and see them in concert. Sunday from 10:45 on BBC One.
They are the real Top Guns.
You're now flying 21st century aircraft, which is a flying computer, really.
Training and training.
Oh, well over the top.
And training for the main event.
You want to drop a real bomb?
Yes, I do.
On a real target?
Yes.
Any qualms about that?
No.
The pilots of one fighter squadron prepare to do battle over Bosnia. In the third part of Defence of the Realm, the Harrier Force strikes tomorrow at 10 on BBC One.
Now BBC One, a summary of the news with Andrew Harvey. It's 11 o'clock.
Good morning. Gas bills could be cut by nearly £30 next year following the announcement of new price controls by the gas industry regulator Claire Spotswood. She wants Transco, the arm of British Gas which delivers gas to householders, to reduce its charges by 20%. British Gas says the proposals will threaten jobs.
Transco is the part of British Gas responsible for piping gas into homes across the country. It claims 43% of every gas bill, on average around £140 a year per customer. It's that figure which Ofgas says is simply too high. The regulator has submitted a less ambitious plan than earlier, but still wants to see substantial cuts.
The initial price reductions we suggested at 20 to 28%, we've taken the 20% number, which means customers will see £28 reduction in their bill next year.
British Gas says Transco profits will be hit hard, and there'll be other consequences too.
Well, when she announced her first proposals in the middle of May, we said then that they could lead to job losses potentially of up to 8,000 to 10,000. Nothing much has changed since then.
If British Gas doesn't accept the proposal, the matter goes to the Monopolies and Mergers Commission.
A row has broken out between the two main parties over the award of peerages to two men involved in the controversial poster campaign demonising Tony Blair. They're Maurice Saatchi and Peter Gummer. Labour says they're being rewarded for a dirty lying campaign. The Conservatives say the attack is disgraceful. Our political correspondent Nick Robinson reports.
Maurice Saatchi, seen in the middle, built the world's largest advertising agency, but he's perhaps most famous as the brain behind Tory negative advertising, along with public relations guru Peter Gummer, the Environment Secretary's brother.
I think it beggars belief that John Major's chosen this moment when these two men are running the dirtiest lying campaign in British political history to stick them in the House of Lords.
These people have been in public life, they've been creating businesses, I don't know, for 20 or 30 years. I would not say that they're best known for this campaign.
Unlike other honours lists, this one's expressly political, but the elevation of two top Tory image makers has taken Westminster by surprise.
Senior police officers have been given the go-ahead by the Home Secretary Michael Howard to use CS sprays against violent attackers. The spray, which can incapacitate within seconds, has been on a 6-month trial with 16 police forces. It'll be up to individual chief constables to decide whether to issue the sprays to officers. Stricter pollution controls are being introduced by the government. The main target of the 10-year plan are vehicle emissions and industrial pollution. The air quality strategy sets new limits on the main vehicle pollutants.
The heart of what we're doing is to set ambitious targets to be achieved by the year 2005. I've already been asked by journalists, is this not too ambitious? And by others, is this not too slow? So it may be that we've just about got that right.
And that's all for now. More news at midday.
Now the headlines in the southeast. Commuters will learn today whether they face further one-day strikes on the Underground. The results of a ballot on a new pay deal and conditions deal will be announced by the rail unions. The offer would cut their working week to 35 hours by 1998 in return for a pay rise 2% below the rate of inflation. ASLEF has recommended its members accept the offer, but the RMT has urged rejection. Plans to tackle London's air pollution, giving local councils the power to close roads, have been announced by Environment Secretary John Gummer. There'll be tougher restrictions on vehicle emissions, which will be phased in over a 10-year period. But motoring groups say any road bans will just push traffic into other areas. Police are trying to trace the families of 2 men who died in a fire in North London. Firefighters discovered the bodies after the blaze swept through a block of flats in Willesden last night. A woman and 2 other men were taken to hospital suffering from minor burns and smoke inhalation. Fire investigation officers are still at the scene but say they don't yet know the cause of the blaze. And back now to the Underground story. We've just heard that the RMT has rejected London Underground's pay deal. More on that in an hour. But now let's take a look at all the weather details with Richard Edgar.
Hello, good morning. The day has started bright and fine over the southernmost parts of Britain. To the far north it's been cloudy and wet with some heavy falls of rain in many places. Now the radar is showing the remnants of the rain in places. Heavy and thundery rain may be just a potential for the rest of the day. You can see the brighter bands indicating those heaviest bursts. I think things are going to brighten up from the south as we go through the rest of this morning and into the afternoon. And we see the brighter skies pushing through the northern parts of England, reaching the southern parts of Scotland, perhaps south-east Scotland through the afternoon period, and things brightening up as well over Northern Ireland. At the same time, a scattering of showers developing in the western areas, 1 or 2 creeping a little bit further east. A fresher day today, the top temperatures around 23.
This autumn, I'll be on BBC One, where you'll be seeing some serious comedy.
Have you tried the legs, Gay?
Yeah, they're hairy.
But not unattractive, though.
The joke in its purest form.
Hand it over, or the lot comes off.
Sheer comic craftsmanship.
Oh, old MacDonald was dyslexic. E-O-I-O-E.
And humour unrivalled in the modern age.
Sir, Gary says he's found you a right old flapper that even you could pull.
And if that doesn't pull in the punters, here's an old favourite.
Award-winning entertainment, the biggest stars, and comedy's freshest talent. BBC One Comedy.
Well, that always works for me.
Back to this morning's revolutionary comedy now. BBC One with the Carry On team.